Hello friends, it's Kristie Marcotte. In today's video, I'll be sharing some of my favorite and most used tools. I've had many requests to do videos like this, so I decided I would start with tools. And I'm planning on sharing more videos featuring some of my favorite crafty items, stamps, dies, inks, cardstock. I'll try to pull out my most used and favorite products. The first tools are die cutting machines. I have two that I use the most, and these are both manual die cutting machines. Both of them are by Spellbinders, and I have the exclusive colors that are only available at scrapbook.com. The larger die cutting machine is the Platinum 6. And as I mentioned, the black color is only available at scrapbook.com. This is the machine I use the most, and I do a lot of die cutting. One of my favorite things about the Platinum 6 machine from Spellbinders is their universal plate system. My plates are definitely well loved, but they still work just fine. If you don't have a lot of space in your craft area, it's nice that the two platforms fold up on the Platinum 6 machine. Here's a look at the universal plate system. It starts off with A, which is the platform base, B, which is the platform top, and it's on my B plate. You can really see the well-loved edge, but it still works just fine. Next is C, which is a cutting plate, and you will need two. D is an adapter plate, E is a silicone plate, and F is just a thin shim. And printed on A and B are the sandwiches needed for die cutting and embossing. You can substitute one of the C cutting plates with one of scrapbook.com's magic mats, and they now have it available in a magnetic magic mat and the regular magic mat, and I love both. The other die cutting machine, this is also by Spellbinders. This is the Platinum Scout. So it's a smaller machine, has a 3.5-inch opening, so you can't use it on all of the larger dies, but it's great for those smaller dies. This is the rose quartz color that's exclusive to scrapbook.com. The smaller size is so nice since I can have it on my craft table and it doesn't take up a lot of space. The Platinum Scout also includes the universal plate system. It has the same plates, just a smaller size to fit through the machine. I love that the rose quartz machine includes pink cutting plates. And scrapbook.com did release a magic mat that works with the Platinum Scout machine, so that's really nice. You can see mine has been used quite a few times. And coming soon, they'll also have a magnetic magic mat that fits the Platinum Scout machine. And it also includes the rest of the plates for the universal plate system. So if you're looking for a manual die cutting machine, I recommend both of these. I use them all the time. The next tool that I use all the time is my paper trimmer. This is from Tonic Studios. It's their Maxi Guillotine trimmer. Now I have an older version. This is probably over 12 years old, but it still works great. The version I own has been discontinued, but you can buy the updated version, which has the Tim Holtz label on it. It's a light gray and black color. I keep this on my craft table all the time. It doesn't take up a lot of space width-wise, and I like that it has the adjustable arm. It's stored underneath the trimmer, so if I need to cut paper that's wider than 6 inches, I can simply attach it on the left side, but most of the time I keep it stored underneath. There are no blades to replace, no blades to sharpen, and it actually shears the paper. It really isn't a blade, so you can touch that edge and you won't cut yourself. The next two favorite items are MISTIs. I have the regular size MISTI and also the mini MISTI. I use the mini MISTI the most, but it's nice to have the regular size as well. If you've never used a MISTI before, this is a stamper's best friend. The MISTI allows you to re-ink a stamp as many times as you need to get a nice solid impression. I have several MISTIs of both sizes, and I also have, not the original, it might have been the second or third release. This version that I'm showing you, I love since it has that little tab on the right side, makes it easier to open the front panel. The MISTIs include a super strong magnet. You want to make sure never to have the two magnets touch. They are very strong. I've even pinched my finger before. There are products that work with the MISTI. One is a stamping pressure tool. This one is from LDRS. It's a lovely pink color. It helps to apply even pressure when stamping. And the larger size MISTI that I'm showing you is a rose quartz color. This color is exclusive to scrapbook.com. I have seen other color options for the MISTI, black and teal. They may be exclusive to other shops. Another product that works perfectly with the MISTI, and it's available in the mini MISTI size and the regular MISTI size. This is Waffle Flowers Grip Mat. It's basically a large clear mat that has a tacky surface on both sides. When using it in a MISTI, it replaces the foam mat that's on the inside of the MISTI. And the purpose of using a grip mat with the MISTI, maybe you have a circle die cut and you want to add a stamped image, and there's really not a lot of space around that image or sentiment to add a magnet to hold the die cut in place. So instead, you'll place the die cut on that tacky surface. Then when you stamp your image or sentiment, it stays in place. The grip mats are also great to use with stencils since they'll hold that stencil and your paper firmly in place. And the tacky surface cleans easily with soap and water. Next up, I have Waffle Flowers Mini Stencil Mat and Scrapbook.com's White Project Grip Mat. The Project Grip Mat was originally 12 by 12 inches in size. This is a cut down version. I do have a full 12 by 12 version. I'll show that here in a moment so you can see the difference. I love to have the small cut down piece. Fits easily on my craft area. I do a little bit of ink blending on it, but mostly I use it to glue die cut pieces together. It's super easy to clean, so if I get glue or any adhesive on it, I don't have to worry about it. But if I get it on my gray workspace mat, it's much harder to clean. The mini stencil mat I use with stencils, and I also do more of my ink blending on it. So we're talking about ink blending. I'll show you some of my favorite ink blending brushes. There are two sizes that I use the most. I have Catherine Pooler's smaller size and also Scrapbook.com's small blending brushes. And to help keep some of my tools nice and organized, I love using the tool caddy. This one's from Scrapbook.com, but you can get them from several different companies. I have, I think, at least 3 or 4. A couple of them hold blending brushes. I have one right next to my craft area that has lots of different tools, scissors, tweezers, embellishment wands. I have paintbrushes in there, pens, and it really holds quite a few tools, so it's very handy to have. Here's a look at some of the smaller tools that I love and use all the time. I'll start off with the corner chomper. This is from We Are Memory Keepers. It's a crocodile corner chomper. It's perfect for rounding corners, and it has 2 different options, 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch. I use this tool so often, I actually broke my first one, but it lasted probably 5 or 6 years. So this is my second one. Scissors are a must-have for crafters. I own several different pairs. This one is from Scrapbook.com. It's their Ergonomic grip scissors. They're super sharp, great for fussy cutting. They do have a pair of scissors coming very soon that has a non-stick surface, so I'm super excited to use those. Be perfect for cutting adhesives. One of my favorite tools from Scrapbook.com is their Craft Pro Pick tool. This is a 4-in-1 tool. The tip that I use the most is the wax tip end, perfect for picking up small embellishments, but it also has a piercing tool. There's a scraper tool to remove the backing from double-sided adhesive, And there's also a diamond painting tool. I don't use that tool quite as often, but it is nice for pushing down gems. Next up is a pair of reverse tweezers. These are another must-have. I have the EK tool set in pink because I had to have a pink pair. I also have their original light gray color. I've used several different brands of reverse tweezers. This one is my favorite because the tip, the little point, is super sharp. So it's easy to pick up small die cut pieces or other things off your craft surface. The next tool is a fingertip craft knife. I mostly use this to cut the ends of Love from Lizzie peel-offs. If you've watched my videos before, you've seen me use this. Next up are a couple of storage organizing trays. I have two different brands. The one on the right is from scrapbook.com. The set on the left is from Spellbinders. I love both and I use them all the time. I'll show you the scrapbook.com set first. These are called their stack and sort trays. There are two different sizes. The small size fits on top of the large size, and you can actually put two of the small trays side by side on top of the larger one. The smaller trays all stack together, so you could have 5, 6, 7, as many as you want, all sitting on your craft table. When you're prepping your projects or you're doing a big mass production, maybe you've stamped out a bunch of sentiments, cut out tons of different die cut pieces. You can store all the different elements in the stack and sort trays, then have them all ready to go when it's time to assemble your project. Spellbinders has similar trays. Theirs are called craft stack trays, also available in two different sizes. The difference with their trays, they also include a lid. I really like having the lid feature. Their smaller size tray also holds an A2 size card, whereas scrapbook.com's stack and sort tray, the smaller size is a bit too small for an A2 size card. Spellbinders has the larger size, which is double the size of the smaller tray. And it also includes a lid. I don't use the larger size very often, but I really like the smaller size. I have another set of trays that I use more often than the two sets I just showed. I keep these in a drawer directly behind my crafting area. One day I will do an updated craft tour video and I'll show all the other little things that you don't see every day in my videos. When I prep card videos, maybe a 10 card, 1 kit video, these are the trays where I keep all of the different elements of my cards so I don't lose things. I'll have a stack of them, sometimes 10, 12 high, sitting right next to me while I'm making cards. I found these on Amazon. They were designed to put in drawers to keep everything organized. And I found that an A2 size card and all the different elements fit perfectly in the 6x6 version. I showed these to a crafty friend and she bought a big stack, absolutely loves them and uses them all the time. Now they do have several other sizes available, smaller sizes and also larger sizes. I bought a couple of the smaller sizes and I like that you can stack 2 of them on top. This smaller size is 6 inches by 3 inches and they're 2 inches deep. So you can put quite a few things inside. Next up are some large acrylic stamping blocks, although I do not use them for stamping. I use a lot of die cuts, and when you're gluing those pieces together, sometimes it's nice to put some additional weight on top while you're waiting for the glue to dry. So I bought the 2 large blocks, wanted to make sure I had one that covered a full A2 panel. If you use a lot of A2 size cover plate dies, it's nice to have the extra large block. That way when you're gluing those down, those edges lay nice and flat. The next items I'm showing you are great for storing some of your tools or paper. I'm showing you some Crafty storage bags from scrapbook.com. They have 2 different sizes. The smaller size is great for keeping tools, and I love that they're clear so you can see what's inside. They also have the larger size, and it even fits 8.5 by 11-inch cardstock. So if you like to craft on the go, these are great for organizing all of your projects. The bags are super sturdy and they have a zipper closure. And I believe you can purchase them individually or as a 3-pack. I purchased the 3-pack of each of the sizes and I use them all the time in my craft room. The next couple of items are fairly new to scrapbook.com, but they've quickly become some of my favorites. They have their new stamp cleaning chamois and also Crafty cleanup cloths. The stamp cleaning chamois are available in 2 colors, sky blue and cotton candy pink. I have 2 of the cotton candy pink stamp chamois and I've used one of them so far. What's nice about it, it comes with a zippered bag. It does have a little hole. That way you can store your slightly damp chamois inside the bag and it won't dry out. But since the bag also has that small hole, it allows some air to get in so the stamped chamois won't mildew. Now the stamped chamois may stain, it just depends on which ink you're using. I used some Distress Oxides, Catherine Pooler, and it washed off easily. I don't remember which brand of ink did leave the stain, but the chamois still works just fine. The next product is scrapbook.com's Crafty cleanup cloths. Currently they're only available in pink, but I believe they are releasing some other colors. This is a microfiber cloth. It's reusable, washable, lint-free, dries very quickly. I've been using them quite a bit lately, cleaning up my craft area, wiping down some of my project grip mats. Here are a couple of my used cleanup cloths. I use them to clean up ink, distress spritz, I think a few other mediums. I machine washed both of the cloths and now they look basically brand new. According to the website, you can wash the cloths up to 50 times. I love that. So nice to have reusable items in our craft area. And you could use these around the house. It doesn't have to be just for crafting. Next up, I have some storage envelopes from scrapbook.com, and I have a variety of different sizes. I use these to store lots of my stamps and dies. Also keep some sentiment cut-aparts in them, stencils, rub-ons, lots of different items will fit inside the envelopes. The first envelope I'm showing you is the small size. It's 4 3/4 of an inch by 4 3/4 of an inch. The next envelope is the slimline size. It's 4.5 inches by 9.5 inches. This next size is the medium envelope. It's 6 inches by 8 3/4 of an inch. Then we have the large size envelope, which is 7 inches by 10 inches. And I use the medium and large envelopes the most. The large size envelopes are perfect for storing Paper Rose's sentiment sheets. The sentiment sheet packs have tons of sentiments. So once you cut those all apart, you don't want to lose them, so it's great to store them in one of the envelopes. The next envelope I'm showing you is the letter size. It's 9 inches by 11.5 inches. It's perfect for storing stencils, stickers, any of those larger sheet items. Their extra large envelopes are 13 inches by 13 inches, and these are great for storing 12 by 12 pattern paper and some of the scraps. I have some Doodlebug Petite prints in mine. There is one other size storage envelope. It's 7 inches by 13 inches. It's perfect for storing some of the longer sticker sheets like the alphabet stickers, Doodlebug Design icon stickers. I just don't have one. So there's a quick look at some of my most used and favorite tools, along with a few storage items. If you are interested in any of the products, I do have links in the description box below. And I'll be doing a series of videos showing some of my favorite crafty items. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on my next favorite crafty item video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.